Once upon a time, in the quaint southern town of Macomb, Alabama, the Finch family found themselves embroiled in a tale of innocence, prejudice, and moral growth. Atticus Finch, a wise and principled lawyer, lived with his two young children, Jem and Scout, under the watchful eye of their housekeeper, Calpurnia. This story, unfolding in the 1930s, a time of stark racial division, is the saga of To Kill a Mockingbird. It all began when a mysterious, reclusive neighbor named Arthur Boo Radley piqued the curiosity of Scout, a tomboyish 6-year-old, and her brother Jem. The siblings spent endless hours devising plans to lure Boo out of his home. Little did they know that their adventures would lead them to understand the meaning of courage, empathy, and the cost of standing up for justice. One fateful summer, a young boy named Dill arrived to stay with his aunt, Miss Rachel, who lived next door to the Finches. Together, the three friends wove a tapestry of stories about Boo Radley, imagining him as a fearsome figure. The children grew bolder, inching closer to the Radley house, until one day, they found small treasures hidden in a knothole of a tree near the property. These gifts, left by Boo, would become tokens of a silent friendship. Meanwhile, Atticus Finch, the children's father, faced a daunting challenge. He had agreed to defend Tom Robinson, a black man accused of raping Mayella Ewell, a white woman. In a town plagued by racial prejudice, Atticus' decision to represent Tom sparked hostility, putting his family under the town's disapproving gaze. But Atticus remained steadfast, determined to teach his children the value of compassion and justice, even in the face of adversity. As the trial approached, the children bore witness to the harsh realities of racism. They saw their father endure insults and threats from the townsfolk, and even their own cousin, Francis, called Atticus a disgrace to the family. Jem and Scout struggled to comprehend the reasons for such hatred, but Atticus continued to guide them with his unwavering moral compass. The day of the trial arrived, and the courtroom buzzed with anticipation. The children, perched in the colored balcony, watched in awe as their father fearlessly dismantled the prosecution's case. Atticus revealed that Mayella's injuries were consistent with an assault by her left-handed father, Bob Ewell, rather than the right-hand Tom Robinson, whose left arm was crippled. The evidence pointed towards Tom's innocence, but the jury's prejudice ran deep. In a heartbreaking turn of events, the jury found Tom Robinson guilty. Despite Atticus' valiant efforts, the injustice of the verdict weighed heavily on his conscience. The children, disillusioned by the outcome, found solace in the wisdom of their neighbor, Miss Moddy, who reminded them that Atticus had sown the seeds of change in the hearts of some Macomb residents. The aftermath of the trial brought simmering tensions to the surface. Bob Ewell, furious at being exposed as the true culprit, sought revenge. He first targeted Judge Taylor, and then attempted to break into Tom's widow's house, but his most sinister act was yet to come. On a dark, moonless night, as Jem and Scout walked home from a school pageant, they were suddenly attacked. They fought desperately, but their assailant was too strong. Just as they began to lose hope, a shadowy figure emerged and fought off the attacker, saving the children. As Jem lay unconscious, the mysterious hero carried him home. Back at the Finch residence, a shocked and grateful Atticus discovered the identity of their savior, none other than Boo Radley. The town's elusive figure had been watching over the children all along, and when they needed him most, he intervened to save their lives. The attacker was none other than Bob Ewell, who had met his demise in the struggle. Sheriff Heck Tate, a man of integrity, insisted that it was Ewell who had fallen on his own knife, and no charges would be pressed against Boo. He realized that exposing Boo to the limelight would only cause him further distress, and thus, it was best to let him return to his reclusive life. The events of that night brought clarity to Jem and Scout. They finally understood the true meaning behind their father's earlier words: "It's a sin to kill a mockingbird." Innocent beings, like Tom Robinson and Boo Radley, deserve protection from the cruelties of the world. The mockingbird served as a symbol for those who, despite their goodness, became victims of injustice and prejudice. As the story drew to a close, Scout walked Boo Radley back to his home, realizing that he was not a monster to be feared, but a gentle, misunderstood soul. As she stood on his porch, she saw the world through his eyes and gained a new perspective on the events that had transpired. The once naive girl had grown wiser and more empathetic, thanks to the lessons learned from her father and her experiences. To Kill a Mockingbird is a poignant tale of love, loss, and the pursuit of justice. It chronicles the journey of the Finch family, who, through the darkest moments, hold on to their integrity and compassion. It is a testament to the strength of the human spirit, even when faced with the harshest of circumstances. As the characters grow and evolve, they teach us invaluable lessons about empathy, courage, and the importance of standing up for what is right, no matter the cost. So, dear reader, as you close the pages of this masterpiece, remember the tale of the Finch family and carry the wisdom of Atticus in your heart. For in a world filled with prejudice and hatred, it is the light of understanding and empathy that will guide us towards a better tomorrow.